What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And on the heels of a very chaotic night one of WrestleMania 41, which I will be doing the results of both nights in tomorrow's video, so be sure to stay tuned for that, comes the results of NXT Stand and Deliver from earlier this morning. I was going to do the results earlier on, but unfortunately, obviously you guys know WrestleMania showed up immediately following Stand and Deliver, but it is all good. It is all good tonight. The results of Stand and Deliver. And before we even get started, I want to let you guys know that we are now 195 subs away from hitting 500 subs. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. Out of 5 stars, what would you rate NXT Stand and Deliver? Let me know down in the comments below. And we are kicking these off with the countdown show. That was a Fatal 4-Way elimination match where the winning team would challenge for the women's tag team titles this coming Tuesday on NXT. And the teams were as followed. Fatal Influence, Metaphor, Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan, also known as Chemical X, I believe is what their team name is. And then, of course, the team of Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. Interestingly enough, this match was actually kind of unique because this was actually the whole card itself was the first time that more women were making an appearance at a NXT PLE like Stand and Deliver, more so than the guys. In fact, I believe 8, 14, 18, literally 18 women competed at Stand and Deliver, where I believe 2, 4, 6, 12, 15. So 15 men, 18 women, absolutely incredible. This proves that NXT truly is the future of professional wrestling. Cannot say anything more about that, but this was actually kind of cool because obviously the Meta Girls were going to be a massive threat because of the fact that Lash Legend was obviously going to be the biggest threat to the entire match because of her power game, her agility, her speed, and literally just right off the bat, they were the first team to be eliminated, thanks in part to, I believe, Roxanne Perez, funny enough. And then it came down to the final 3. Roxanne and Cora Jade, Fatal Influence, and of course Chemical X. Yeah, Roxanne Perez was not having it. Obviously, yeah, she did have a very interesting showing, but unfortunately, it did not matter because Roxanne Perez kind of backed out. She walked away from the match, costing her and her team the chance to become, to become the number 1 contenders for the women's tag team titles. So unfortunately, Cora Jade got eliminated for her team, which came down to the final 2. And this was back and forth. We knew that Jasmine Nix was going to get involved at some point, and she did, literally preventing Fatal Influence from picking up a pinfall victory, which became their ultimate downfall. As the closing moments of the match, we saw Tatum and Gigi hit a finishing move that they called the Cemetery Driver on to JC Jane to win the match. And now this Tuesday they will challenge for the women's tag team titles, which will be either Liv and Raquel or the team of Lyra Valkyria and originally Bayley, but unfortunately she's injured. Bailey's injured. So Lyra has to pick a partner. No one knows who it's gonna be, nor do we know who attacked Bailey. But overall, I feel like this match should have been on the main card, but it is what it is. This was basically the prelude to what was going to be a very historic WrestleMania weekend. As I am trying to lower the volume on my Fire Stick here. I will say, I think Metaphor definitely had the odds going into this match. They were the odds-on favorite going into this match. But given the fact that they are not the victors, but Chemical X is, I have no doubt in my mind that whoever wins, right? Whoever wins the tag team titles, they're going to be going into that match less than 100%, whereas opposed to Chemical X, a few days worth of rest, they're going to be at full strength. So overall, this match absolutely crazy, very, very, very chaotic. 4 stars, no doubt about it. I really don't know who else could have won. Like maybe Fatal Influence, maybe the Meta Girls, but I know for a fact that Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, there was no shot that they were gonna win. Because for one, Roxanne Perez wanted to be on the main card for Stand and Deliver. She wanted to be added to potentially either the NXT Women's Title match, which was a Fatal 4-Way, or the 6-pack ladder match for the Women's North American title, but she didn't get either of those. So yeah, I think Chemical X winning, I think, was probably a smart decision. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. Next up, the NXT Men's North American title between Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. Here's the thing, right? Like, this was Ricky Saints' very first title defense and also his Stand and Deliver debut. Excuse me. We knew that Ricky Saints was going into this match with a massive chip on his shoulder, and this match was the kickoff to the entire afternoon at Stand and Deliver. Ethan Page put up a hell of a fight with Ego's Edge. That didn't work. No, Twisted Grin. That didn't work. Ethan Page tried everything in his arsenal, but it did not matter because Ricky Saints picked up the victory with Rochambeau to retain the North American title. As crazy as it sounds, I'm gonna give this one. As crazy as it sounds, I'm gonna give this one 3 stars. And the only reason being is because this was their debut at Stand and Deliver. Okay, right? This was their big opportunity to show the world why they belong in NXT, and I don't think Ethan Page did that. As crazy as it sounds, I don't think he did. Which buys into the question, is he better off staying in NXT, or could he have thrived better on the main roster and at WrestleMania? That remains to be seen. So 3 stars, absolutely incredible, but still incredible match. I think Ricky Saints was the right call. Creatively speaking, right call. Moving on to the NXT Tag Team titles, Fraxium, Hank and Tank. Oh my god. I need to catch my breath for a second, because of what we saw during WrestleMania Night 1. I'll be talking about that tomorrow after WrestleMania Night 2. That one's going to be just as chaotic, but I will say Fraxium have been dominant tag team champions. No doubt about it. They had an opportunity at Stand and Deliver last year against the Wolf Dogs, Baron Corbin, Braun Breaker. They failed miserably. They were given another opportunity just a few days later, and they were able to take advantage of it. Since then, they have been dominant tag team champions. They've been in the ring with some of the absolute best. They lost the titles to Chase U, regained those titles not that long later, but they were able to become arguably one of the longest reigning tag team champions of all time in NXT history. Hank and Tank, this past Tuesday on NXT, went the distance and won Tag Team Turmoil, literally defeating the team of Tyson DuPont and Tyrese Igwe. The team of Brooks Jensen and Nico Vance, known as the Culling, No Quarter Catch Crew, Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights, and of course the team of Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inomura to win the whole thing. And Hank and Tank were told to make use of this opportunity. Boy, did they ever. This was an instant classic. Classic tag team continuity, cutting the ring in half, cutting the field in half, if you will, did Axiom, did Hank and Tank. And just when we thought it was going to be all done, right? Hank and Tank misses his mark with the suicide dive, lands stomach first onto the announce table. And just when you thought that Fraxium was going to win, Hank Walker zooms in, boom, stops the match, stops the pinfall, and the match continues, and it ends with Hank and Tank pulling off their tag team move, not sure what they're calling it nowadays, to win the NXT tag team titles. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Hank and Tank had made use of the opportunity, because Hank and Tank were considered the underdogs of the entire tag team division in NXT. Now they're on top of the food chain. They're gonna have a lot of tag teams gunning for them, and it ain't gonna be pretty, you guys. I can guarantee you that. 5 stars. Enough said. Fraxium, nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's time for them to join the main roster. I think it's time. My opinion, it's definitely time. Fraxium's time was up. I think now, I think at this point, Hank and Tank definitely deserve it. Hands down. 5 stars. Enough said. The ladder match. For the NXT Women's North American title, Sol Ruka, Zarya, Kalani Jordan, Izzy Dame, Lola Vice, and the returning Thea Hale. You guys already know. When it comes to ladder matches, one word: chaos. And we saw chaos. Finishers, ladders being bent over bodies, and it was just out there all over the place. The culling randomly showed up. Thea Hale took out the culling at the closing moments. Sol Ruka with Soul Snatcher on 3 women. 3 women. Climbs the ladder and is now the new NXT Women's North American Champion. Already now has 2 titles. That and the Women's Speed title from earlier this week. Honestly, this is a 4-star. I think at this point now, Sol Ruka had been with NXT for quite a while now. I think her time. I think this was her time. And as far as her team, her team relationship, if you will, with Zarya. There's no telling what's gonna happen come this Tuesday, but I can guarantee you, it's gonna be pretty interesting to say the very least. But congrats to Sol Ruka. Enough said. Could have ended differently. I mean, it's a ladder match. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Next up, we have the D'Angelo family and Dark State. First off, I just want to say, what the fuck? What the fuck has Stax done? We knew that Stax wanted to try and help Tony D'Angelo lead the family to success. That's why he was known as the underboss. Thinking about it, it got me thinking, why? Why was he called the underboss for so long? The answer is simple. Because Tony D knew Stax was the future. He was going to be the future Dawn, not just of the family, but of NXT. And earlier today, the 6-man tag literally lived up to the hype, but it was back and forth. We knew Dark State was coming in with a vengeance. The family coming in with a vengeance. And at that precise moment, that brief moment, Tony D has his back turned, and a kick, low blow, kick downstairs. Tony D distraught, Rizzo distraught, Luca Crucifino distraught. Dark State picks up the victory. Stax literally said, "I have a good reason. I'll see you Tuesday," to Luca Crucifino. I don't even think I should rate it, but given the fact that this was a very good match, 3 stars. Enough said. Next up, the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's title. Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Jordynne Grace, Jada Parker. Think about this. You've got 4 of the absolute top best women in NXT. You've got Jordynne Grace, who is a multi-time TNA Knockouts champion and a former TNA Digital Media champion. You've got Jada Parker, who's one of the fastest rising stars in NXT. You've got Julia, who is a multi-time champion in Japan, as is Stephanie Vaquer, who not only is a multi-time champion in Japan, but has won championships everywhere she's been, and even also became the only woman, the first woman to hold both the NXT Women's title and the Women's North American title in a single run. You knew this was going to be an instant classic, and boy, was it ever. Non-stop action, back and forth. Julia came so close to winning. Jordynne Grace came close. Jada Parker came close. This was back and forth, absolute chaos. We knew it was going to happen. But in the closing moments, Stephanie Vaquer, with an SVB to Jada Parker, picks up the victory for Stephanie, and is still the NXT Women's Champion, which begs the question, what's next for Julia? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Battleground rematch? Who knows? Maybe we might see it at Worlds Collide with the addition of the new promotion AAA, which is a Lucha Libre promotion. WWE has acquired the promotion. Can't wait for that. I think Julia, in my opinion, should have won. I think just because of the fact that this was her first match back since Vengeance Day, since Roadblock, and she definitely deserved to win. But I think Stephanie winning is proof that that it really doesn't matter who won, and who lost. The NXT Women's Division, red hot, top link of the food chain. Enough said. 5 stars. Enough said. Which brings us to the main event. Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, triple threat for the NXT title. Oh my god. Where do I even go? Where do I even begin? This was fast paced at the very beginning. Finishers after finishers, cutters, knee shots. It was all over the place, all over ringside. The referee got jumped at the hands of Trick Williams, which was very funny. The referee even kicked Obafemi, which was very, very funny. And then Javon Evans came this close after hitting a splash onto Obafemi, coming this close, but Javon Evans got hit with the fall from grace powerbomb for Obafemi to become the NXT champion. 5 stars. This is Obafemi we're talking. He has been so dominant since becoming NXT champion. There was no way he was going to lose. No shot whatsoever. 5 stars. Don't think he was ever going to lose. So overall, the card, absolutely wild. Stacks turning his back on the family. Kind of fucked up. Not sure what the fuck Stacks was thinking. But I will say, we are going to get answers sooner than later. Only time will tell. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail if you guys want to send me fan mail. The info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.